Once again, I'd like to give all honors and praises to the Most High God, Lord, YaHaWaH, to His only begotten Son, whom the world calls Jesus, YaHaWaH, and through the Holy Spirit, Rawak Rakah HaQuadash, in the Paleo Hebrew, Halalata, Barakata, Salalata, Kabawadata, La Ilayawan YaHaWaH, Bahasham, Adonai, YaHaWaH, Bahasham, Rakah, Rawak HaQuadash. Double honor salutations to the Zaquanyam out on the highways and byways pushing this truth in sincerity. Once again, the great man at Great Millstone, GMS, in New York, from the One West School, the only camp that has stuck with the truth, the doctrine of the Most High through fear, sincere doctrine, prayer, fasting, the etymology breakdown of words of the Hebrew, Paleo, and of the Greek, Classical, all to give living waters, milk, meat, bread of life, of everlasting joy to the hopeful elect, the 144,000 men, 12,000 men, males from a 12-tribe chart of the great man at Great Millstone, given through the Rawak Quadash to Abba Bivens, and to wake the 1/3 remnant after the 144,000 are sealed, men, women, and children, 1/3 remnant who will follow the 144,000, who themselves follow the Lamb, YaHaWaH, wherever he goes, whom the world calls Jesus, by trying to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, and following sincere doctrine, once again, from the man at GMS, Great Millstone, Zaquanyam, the forefathers, prophets, preachers, teachers of old, coming back in the reincarnation to wake us up, Yasher Allah, sons of YaHaWaH. Shalom, Tawada for the good rulership, and Shalom to the Akim out on the highways and byways themselves, hopefully elect, hopefully, and pushing this truth in sincerity. This is Brother Sharath coming at you once more with the basic tenets, the basic doctrine of Hebrew Israelites in general, or Salakia in specifically, especially the men at Great Millstone, GMS, who push 100% of their doctrine in truth and reality, in sincere, in facts, in the Rawak Quadash, in prayer and fasting, through the etymology of Hebrew and Greek. So saying all that, pretty much they have the 100% truth because they study and show themselves approved, and they're not a bunch of dumb niggers on the street talking their shit like most other camps are, and most niggers in general. The world is full of assholes who are going to fucking die and rot, but if you wake up and show yourselves worthy, and you are the son of Yasher Allah, which is on the 12 tribe chart, and you take heed to the Most High's prophets, his sons of GMS, the forefathers of Quanyam, then you will also wake up, try to follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, sincere doctrine, and seal your fate to go home to the real true Israel, and understand that destruction and perdition is for the rest of the world. So once again, this series is on the tenets, the doctrine of GMS, or all, which should be all Hebrew Israelite doctrine, but different Hebrew Israelite camps and tribes have different ways of thinking, which are off and fucked off, and are pretty much in many different ways. They either don't listen to the truth, make up their truth, try to corrupt the truth, but either way they don't listen to or understand 100% true doctrine like the elders at GMS do. So pretty much my introduction just then was pretty much my first video that I have started on this new channel that I have. For Esau Edom has knocked down my last 4 or 5 channels, but that's okay because you can do nothing against the truth but for it. So all I have done is contemplated and meditated on what I have said in all my videos, and also I have dug into the scripts even further and more into the Hebrew, into the metaphors, so that I can restart my page. And I will upload old videos that are good, but for the most part I'm gonna start doing brand new fresh videos with the same doctrine but more specific, and with pretty much more evidences, and with more of the Rawak Quadash. So the first video was to the Rawak Quadash. YaHaWaH gave the forefathers, prophets, those of GMS specifically, especially life, law, truth, through the etymology of Hebrew, Greek, prayer, fasting, and fear of the names, through the Rawak Quadash. and the names, and I went in the names a little bit and what they are in Paleo Hebrew. And so this one will be Yahushua unveils YaHaWaH and himself as God's Elohim and Saviors of Israel, which once again is the first, pretty much the first major understanding is the names. Well, Salakia, I believe at the same time it would have to be that you know that you're a Hebrew Israelite. So knowing and understanding you're a Hebrew Israelite, at the same time knowing and understanding YaHaWaH and YaHaWaH, the names in the Paleo Hebrew, because you just realized you're a Hebrew Israelite, then now you need to dig into the Paleo Hebrew to learn it, because it's your own language, and with that, the language, you can come up and understand and pronounce correctly YaHaWaH and YaHaWaH. So how does he do that? Revelations 1:1, the revelation of YaHaWaH Mashiach, which AhLa YaHaWaH gave to him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass, and he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John, the revelation of YaHaWaH Mashiach, which AhLa YaHaWaH gave to him. In the beginning, AhLa YaHaWaH created the heavens and the earth. We'll skip on down to, and AhLa YaHaWaH said, let there be light, and there was light. And we all know in GMS and other camps that light means YaHaWaH, word means YaHaWaH, food, bread means YaHaWaH, and water means YaHaWaH, as well as almost everything else. The sun, the moon, the stars, power mean YaHaWaH. So when YaHaWaH says, let there be light, and there was light, that means it was YaHaWaH he was creating at that very time. The first three verses, he created YaHaWaH. So but you have to think really metaphorically when you read the scripts, because in the beginning AhLa YaHaWaH created the heavens and the earth. YaHaWaH was already with YaHaWaH when he created the heavens and the earth. It just backtracks, and then it says in verse 3, and AhLa YaHaWaH said, let there be light, and there was light. So for all purposes, you can put Genesis 1:3 first before Genesis 1:1, but it wouldn't make sense to most people in English, and most people metaphorically would get fucked up. So it is the way it is written here, the way Moses wrote it, the way YaHaWaH said to write it. But when you dig into the scripts, you have to mix and match via context and the Hebrew etymology, and you'll understand that some of these can be taken from their position of the verse number and rearranged, and it'll make more sense, if not the perfect sense. So, and AhLa YaHaWaH said, let there be light, and there was light. That was YaHaWaH creating YaHaWaH. And then in the beginning, AhLa YaHaWaH, Elohim, YaHaWaH, and YaHaWaH created the heavens and the earth. And it's just what it says in the book of Revelation. So the book, the word of YaHaWaH, the Most High, begins and ends with YaHaWaH. And AhLa YaHaWaH said, let there be light, and there was light. Genesis 1:1, and then Revelations 1:1. The beginning of the book and the end of the book. The revelation of YaHaWaH Mashiach, which AhLa YaHaWaH gave unto him. So who was the light that YaHaWaH said was that let there be? It was YaHaWaH, to show unto his servants, because light lets you show things which must certainly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servants John. So YaHaWaH unveils YaHaWaH and himself as God's Elohim in Genesis, or Salakia, Revelations, and YaHaWaH himself did the reverse in Genesis. So YaHaWaH introduces YaHaWaH and YaHaWaH in Genesis, and then YaHaWaH reintroduces himself and YaHaWaH at the end of the book, letting you know that everything, the whole world, the universe, the Old New Testament, all things, reality, have to do with YaHaWaH, YaHaWaH, and that is it. And then the Israelites, and then that is it for real. So fuck everything else and everyone else. YaHaWaH, YaHaWaH, and the Israelites. And all the universe was created just for our story, YaHaWaH, YaHaWaH, through the Ruach Kodesh and the Hebrew Israelites. I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, like I just showed you in Genesis and in Revelation 1:1-1:3. Saith AhLa YaHaWaH Elohim, both Adonai and YaHaWaH, which is and which was and which is to come Almighty. Now, and in this verse, while it is YaHaWaH speaking and YaHaWaH is referring to himself only, YaHaWaH says the same thing in the Old Testament. I forgot where it is, but he says the exact same thing in the Old Testament. I am the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end, and with me there is no God. So, saying that, they are both the Alpha and the Omega at the same time, Elohim, but YaHaWaH is first and created himself first, or him himself existed first before YaHaWaH. So when it's Alpha and Omega, it is YaHaWaH first and foremost, but at the same time it's YaHaWaH. Don't get it mixed up, because then you'll go waywordy like the Christians do with their Trinity bullshit. And since we at GMS know that the wisdom is YaHaWaH, YaHaWaH is wisdom, and if you don't know, then now you know. Wisdom hath been created before all things, and the understanding of prudence from everlasting. Ecclesiasticus, i.e. the book of Sirach, chapter 1, verse 4. Apocrypha is also inspired word of the Most High, Old and New Apocrypha. are all the word of the Most High. Wisdom, YaHaWaH, hath been created before all things, and the understanding of prudence from everlasting. Once again, Revelation 1:8, I am Alpha and Omega, I am the light, I am wisdom, the beginning and the end, saith AhLa Adonai YaHaWaH, which is and which was and which is to come, the Almighty, with the power of YaHaWaH through the Ruach Kodash. So, recapping, YaHaWaH unveils YaHaWaH and himself as gods, AhLaHayim's. YaHaWaH unveils YaHaWaH as himself as gods and AhLaHayim, respectively, in Genesis 1:3 and Revelation 1:1, and saviors of Israel. Deuteronomy 29:29, starting with the first verse. These are the words of the covenant with Abraham, which YaHaWaH commanded Moses, the covenant of Abraham, which is the covenant of Moses, to make with the children of Yasharallah in the land of Moab, besides the covenant which he made with them in Horeb. There it is, Abraham's covenant and Moses' covenant at Sinai. But the main point here is of the make with the children of Israel. So only Israel is important, and motherfuck everybody else. Deuteronomy 29:29, the secret things belong to AhLa and YaHaWaH, or AhLaHayim Adonai YaHaWaH, Ba'ashem Adonai YaHaWaH. But those things which are revealed belong to us and to our children. Who is the children? Let me go back up. Some of y'all might have forgot. Children of Israel. There we go. Children forever, that we may do all the words of his law, which is following the law, which is following YaHaWaH, who is the law himself. The secret things, which is what I'm talking to you about right now, the doctrine, the facts, the oracles of the Most High, given to me by the Ruach Kodash, but most importantly through the prophets of GMS, Great Millstone, through the Ruach Kodash, from the Akiyom's mouth, out on the highways and byways. And now I understand and get it through the Ruach Kodash myself, being a child of the Most High, the secret things, the doctrines, the law, statutes, and commandments that belong to YaHaWaH, or AhLaHayim, Ba'ashem YaHaWaH. But those things which are revealed, all this that I am speaking, the prophets, the Salakia, the prophecies that YaHaWaH has given to us, the very few ones he's given to us, because I'm sure there's a billion of them, belong unto us and our children, the children of Israel forever, that we may do all the words of his law, follows the law, statutes, and commandments, follow YaHaWaH wherever he goes. And like I said, number 3 here ties up to number 1. YaHaWaH is, and YaHaWaH, Bahasham YaHaWaH is Alpha Omega, first and last. Genesis 1:1, Revelations, Genesis 1:1 and 1:3, and Revelations 1:1. In the beginning, through, with, by YaHaWaH's wisdom, light, YaHaWaH created all. And as I showed you in Sirach 1:4, Revelation 1:8. So just the last couple minutes, I'm touching on that. Along with YaHaWaH, revealing themselves as gods, AhLaHayim's, they only reveal themselves as direct gods, AhLaHayim's, to Israel. And we'll check some scripts. 1 Peter 1:1, Peter, an apostle of YaHaWaH Mashiach, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. We all know that the strangers scattered abroad are hidden Hebrew Israelites who lost their ways, and now they call themselves by the Gentile names in which they live, or have found themselves, or have been driven by the Most High YaHaWaH. Peter, an apostle of YaHaWaH Mashiach, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus. Now, studying yourself and showing yourself approved, meaning you have to read multiple Bibles in multiple languages, and if you don't do that, you're pretty much playing with fire, because you believe the Ruach Kodash is going to handle you 100%, which it can, and it will for some people, but not for most people, because that's not the way the Ruach Kodash works. It doesn't mean that you can be a lazy piece of shit and not know nothing, and not be in school and not read, and all of a sudden you're going to be saved if you call on the names. Nope, not going to happen. It may happen, but I don't think so. I'd like to see the scripts on that one, where you can just be a complete asshole, a devil, desecrate the law, statutes, commandments, and then call on YaHaWaH, and he'll save you. It's not going to happen, people. So, strangers scattered abroad, again, studying and show yourself approved through the Ruach Kodash, but also you reading every day in multiple languages and in multiple Bibles. Here it is. Here's a site that I found, studybible.info, is really, really good. It has over like 100 and so Bibles, and most of them in English, and most of them over 1,000 years old. And I found one right here. Peter, an apostle of YaHaWaH Mashiach, to God's own people scattered over the earth. Now you can't fuck with that one. And once again, I do believe in a subscribe that King James is 80% accurate through the Hebrew and some of the Greek, but it's only 80%, and sometimes not even that. So about a good 20% of King James goes off horribly. So if you study to show yourself approved, you'd know that if you read the Hebrew, understood the Hebrew, and with that you'd get other Bibles to get the point across. So Peter, an apostle of Yahushua Mashiach, to AhLa YaHaWaH's own people scattered over the earth, who are living as foreigners, in Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Roman, and Asia, and Bithynia. And that is the point of this video, that YaHaWaH, Yahushua are gods, Allahayams, and that they're only saviors of Yasharallah, and that is one of the main doctrines of GMS and all Hebrew Israelites and Judaism and life facts in general. So until the next video, brethren, I'll go on with more doctrine, and I'll see you till then. Shalom.